take a look at something that I'm a little cuckoo crazy about, and this is a Rose of Sharon tree. Now listen, don't roll your eyes at me because I know you guys are going, a Rose of Sharon? Seriously, Antonella, a Rose of Sharon. We're used to seeing the white Rose of Sharon, you know, sometimes the red, sometimes the blue. The blues are hard to find. Honeys, this is a raspberry smoothie. And she's gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
I love it. And I do the same thing to my Rose of Sharons. I actually have them around a gazebo. And up every window is a peeking Rose of Sharon in purple.
Beautiful.
And what I do is the same thing. I will trim them down to tree.
Yes.
These are gorgeous. Katie, you stayed with me. She's with Cottage Farms. And this is a Rose of Sharon tree. It's on 5 easy payments of $17.93. Low featured price on this. The 5 easy payments do go away at the end of the day. And it's the first day ever on the 5 easy payments. We also get free shipping and handling with it. This is a perennial. If you're not aware, this will come back year after year as opposed to an annual, that it's a 1 year and done, once and done. So this will just keep getting more and more beautiful and flowerful every year, year after year. It's going to take full to part sun. They're very hardy, aren't they?
Super hardy, yes. They can withstand very, very frigid temperatures, and they love the heat.
Yeah.
And the great thing about this, we had a Rose of Sharon earlier, but this is a double blossom Rose of Sharon. So as you can see here in this picture, it is not only going to be loaded with blooms, but the blooms have twice the petals on them. So each flower just looks like it's
almost looks like a
flowers.
carnation.
It does.
You know?
It's beautiful. And so
look at that. Look at that. Stop it right now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, landscape trees, flowering landscape trees, summer flowering landscape trees, which is what
hard
this are hard to find.
You've got the spring ones.
Right, your dogwoods, those are very
Lilacs,
common. Yeah, very common. But a summer, because a Rose of Sharon is a summer flowering plant. Yeah. And so it's going to be hard to find in your garden center, especially in this tree form. And it's going to be very unique in your landscape. It's going to provide that pop. Look at that. I mean, it is just stunning.
And you know, the more that you trim it, the more flowers you get the next year. My husband, we were just literally one night sitting out on the deck. We saw nothing. The next morning we got up. He yelled, Antonella, come down. Overnight. Boom.
Wow.
They just exploded.
Wow.
Let me ask you though, because I like to see, when I see things like this, I go, when is it going to look like that? Because that's what I want. This is what we're going to ship. It's a pretty nice size.
It's a great size. So you get this plant. This is almost a 2-year-old plant already growing in this pot. Yeah. So this is a very nice, mature plant. And as you can see, it already has some new growth on it. Wow. So it's already been trained in Cottage Farms at our nursery to be growing in this tree form, which is a very unusual way to find your Rose of Sharon, unless you're in your gazebo. So in another 2 to 3 years, depending on where you live, is when you'll get a plant of this size. But this will flower this year.
She's being very modest because I tell you what, these guys grow fast. And I love that about them. And for me, they're easy to maintain.
Yep.
They're not very, very particular. At the end of the season, I cut them back to where I want them. It's usually just a chop right there and a little reshape. And
it's as easy as that. If you want to prune them to keep this lollipop shape, you can, or you can have it grow more in that natural tree-like shape that you see there.
I like the lollipops.
I like the lollipops too, and that also keeps them small because these trees can get to be about 8 to 10 feet tall.
Unless you
and
keep
so
them,
depending on how big you want
my base is so thick.
Yeah.
And then I have these cute little pom-poms of lollipop flowers.
Just covered in pink.
And I tell you what, it's purple blue. They're purple. They're beautiful. They're one of my favorite things in my whole garden because they're so lively and they're gorgeous. But I will tell you, mine are not double-headed like yours.
So the double-headed is very unique. And yours are in the ground. If you do live in an area, these are very winter hardy, so they can be anywhere. But you could also plant them in containers. And so if you have, I would love to see 2 of them by the front door.
Oh my gosh.
That would look really,
now, what would
really
I do
pretty.
if I put them in container? Then when it gets to
good.
winter, what do I do?
You can leave them. They're so hardy to really cold temperatures that you can leave them in the container. You don't need to outside. Yep. You don't need to pull them up close to the house. You don't need to do anything. They're good. They're happy.
Okay. I'm going to need 2. I didn't know that about them.
Yeah, they're super hardy. Even though they look like they're tropical plants, they have hibiscus in their name. They look tropical. Yeah. They are not. They are super hardy, which means they can withstand, Illinois all the way down to Florida and Texas. You can have them in the heat. You can have them in the cold.
M57175. This is the Cottage Farms Raspberry Smoothie Rose of Sharon tree. It's on 5 payments of $17.93. That easy pay does go away at the end of the day. Today is the first day that we have it for you on 5 easy payments. Plus, we're going to have free shipping and handling. This is such a delight. Whether you're a beginner or not, you and I were talking about the Shasta daisies,
Yes.
the perpetual blooming, reblooming Shasta daisies, and this Rose of Sharon. Would you say, Katie, that these are two very, very easy growers and that are fun to have with lots of bloom?
Absolutely, I would say,
Is a home
and they
run.
both love sun. So these would be great companions with each other too, because as we talked about, the white in the Shastas are going to make this color pop even more. You could plant, you get 3 or 4 of these around the base of this. It would really make this tree pop. And these are going to grow to be about 24 inches tall. So this could be as
Gorgeous.
6, 8, however tall you want it to be. They would
do
look
I have
great
to do
together.
any? What about soils? Like what soil type?
So this doesn't like wet feet. So you do want to make sure you have a well-draining soil, but other than that, we do have a great Bud and Blooms fertilizer that this plant would love. It would help just create more robust blooms, stronger color. It comes in these great little pods. All you have to do is drop one in your watering can, or if you have a spray hose attachment, and water your tree and it will be happy.
They're not fussy.
No, they're not fussy
I
at all.
love them.
Rose of Sharons are called the daylily of the shrub world. Now this we've made into a tree, but they're a shrub, which means little care, little maintenance.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have a black thumb, which so many I know people tell me that they do, you can turn your thumb green with this plant.
Like that.
And
Not
it looks
even
like
kidding.
it's difficult,
Yeah.
but it's not.
If you can't, Katie's going to come to your house and take care of it for you.
Absolutely. In this
No, you
form.
didn't say
in
absolutely.
the form
I was joking.
I'll be there in the form of this little pamphlet.
Thank
to
you,
answer
Katie.
any questions you have.
Thank you so much, and that's going to come with everything. Hey, this was our first time working together, and it was super nice.
Thank you. I loved it.
Super
I'm
nice
glad
to get to
be
work
here
with you. I
you.
enjoyed it.
Thank you.
There it is, the Cottage Farms Raspberry Smoothie Rose of Sharon tree. Katie also brought us the Shasta daisies, the 4-piece perpetual ever blooming